Hello and
Hi.
welcome to
Wisdom for menopause and beyond.
and beyond in the shed. So what we're thinking, it's easy for me. I'm one of those people that if I get stuck on an idea, I can get really stuck. So I can sit all day and churn on a problem. I can churn on an incident. I can even be looking at solutions or studying something, and I get very caught up on it. And if it's a bit negative, it can pull me down a little bit. And we were just talking about this a little bit earlier.
Yeah, and it's interesting. And I think we're going to talk about something a little bit woo-woo now.
A little bit. Well, it's kind
A little bit.
But
But it depends how you take it. All right. So what are we talking about? We're talking about the fact that I bought this interesting, somebody recommended this to me, which is a pack of cards, and it says Sea Soul Journeys Oracle cards. Okay, so it's a pack of cards that has designs on one side, and then you have words and a possible thing.
So you can take it as,
however,
this is into your whole psychic and into your soul, and the psychic person that printed these is going to come to you and describe your future and tell you how to get out of the rut that you're in at the moment. And you can think, okay, you can believe that or not. I'm not sure I completely do, but there you go. I'm not going to offend anybody by not having that opinion. But
or you use it as a kind of prompt, don't you?
Yeah. So we were looking at this because we were talking about these ideas and as a prompt. And what was interesting is we just took a card each for fun, as you do. And it says clear, which is may you see things as they are. And it made me really think. And this is the whole point, really. Not that we're in psychic and we're learning all that stuff. But it was like, may you see things as you are, and you think, actually, I have created this angst or anxiety or worry or problem when actually it's not really here. It might be over there, and there's so much you can do. But it made me really think, oh, may I see things as they are? So I just sort of took this card for 5-10 minutes and just sort of sat and meditated with it and really think, what is going on for me right now that's positive, that's good, that I'm enjoying, that I've got. And I know that sounds really sort of count your blessings and Mary Poppins, but it was much more than that. It's sort of where we get stuck in a rut, stuck on a route, stuck in a way of thinking, stuck in a gestalt, stuck in a way of being. It sort of gestalted me into.
And I think it's good advice in anything.
That's true.
Because what happens is you do get into a situation, or I get into a situation often, and then very quickly, I'm not dealing with the actual situation that it is. I'm dealing with what happened in the past. Oh, it looks a bit like that, so therefore I can do that. And often this is the 4 o'clock in the morning when you wake up and you can't go back to sleep, but you can't do anything about anything. And then you think about this situation, and you think, oh, that's a bit like that, isn't it? Oh, I'll never do anything different. So then you can feel miserable about that. And then you can feel miserable about the other way. And then you can get depressed about how it made you feel in the past. So very quickly, you're not actually thinking about what it actually is at this moment that is the problem.
That's right. And I think just having that prompt, having that, actually, it was like just a little word that you think, actually, I'm not seeing things as they are. What are they?
Yeah.
So I thought it was a really nice prompt to get me through.
And so what I got this one, which says, soothed, may you settle gently, even as the wave breaks above. So because it's called Sea Soul Journeys, all of the things are to do with the sea, which obviously I like, being a sea swimmer. And what that reminded me, what did that think? So at the moment, I've got kind of a bit of a difficult situation with a family member. And what it almost said to me was, so it says, Sue, settle gently, even as the wave breaks above. So it's almost like all of that turmoil is going on above here. And actually, it's almost like, I suppose it reminds me of when I was swimming last Friday, when it was quite frothy, as you say, and you can actually go into when the waves are breaking, you can go and put your head in where the waves are breaking. That's pretty confrontational. Or actually, you can just go with it. You can kind of body surf with it. You can
go settle.
You can go under it, and you can be in that bit where underneath it is quite calm. Although at the moment, I wouldn't advise putting your face in the water because it is 9 degrees. But anyway, it was that thing of this was quite nice to me. It felt a bit like, yeah, do you know what? You don't have to keep thinking of that situation, it being live and you feeling a bit sad about it and depressed and you feel like it's not resolving.
It's out of your control.
It's out of my control anyway.
Exactly like the waves.
Yeah, exactly like the waves.
In.
They're going to crash on my head, or I can stick my head in it and I can have them break on my head, and that would be kind of painful and actually quite dangerous. Actually, the point.
It always knocks me over.
Yeah, it does. It does, you know, and or I can actually settle gently underneath, and that kind of made me feel like, oh yes, you're just kind of floating down to the seabed, and it's sandy and smooth and it's all kind of peaceful down there.
And I think rather than look at it as this is
the truth,
a prediction that's coming, I think it's just, this is stuff that we kind of know, that we've forgotten. We got either stuck, you know, when you're angry at someone and you know you're being silly and you're holding a grudge and you think, I'm bored with this, but I'm still going to do it. And it actually just breaks that cycle so that you can think, actually, this isn't the whole of my life.
Yeah.
It's 1% of my day.
Yeah.
It's not the whole of my day. And I've got a lot more other things to do. And I think it just sort of enables you to live a little bit wider in the fullness of what we are, not because it's come from angels on high.
No.
Which it may have done, but you know, that's fine. But it just is, even within myself, I know that I'm not truly being clear about problem. And you think, see things as it is, not in a dramatic way.
Yeah.
And like you know that there's nothing more you can do.
No.
This is all up to someone else to think about.
Yeah.
And all you can do is enjoy the rest of your life.
Exactly. So as apart from getting myself into that situation and just feeling sad and upset about it, actually, do you know what? I could just go and make myself a hot chocolate or something.
Yeah.
Do you know? And it is like that thing of
sorry,
whatever. But yeah, but it was that kind of thing of, oh, that's actually quite nice. So what it could have been, and it could have been the other way around.
It could have been, and it still would have made
sense. So it's almost like sometimes it's quite useful, whatever you feel about these things. It was quite nice for us to actually just do that and just say, does that just, and it gave us a way of talking about these things and thinking about it and feeling positive about it at the end of the day, and also not having to beat ourselves up about it.
No, I think it's seeing things, being yourself, and enjoying your life to the full.
Exactly. Off you go.